2. Here we go. Going live. How's everybody doing today? Alright, so here you see I got myself a new mic here. It's only going to help out on the podcast for people on Facebook Live and Twitter Live. Sorry about that. I don't have a setup now that hooks the mic up to everything, but we're going to get there. But this will help with the podcast. From what I understand, my breathing sometimes can be offensive on the podcast because of the mic I was using. But got this now, so that should help with that on the podcast. And this is thanks to a Christmas present. For me to get the setup I really want, I need to go to my Patreon. Patreon.com/worstjokes. That's it. That's where you go. You go there, you can support me, and I'll get even better equipment. Like I said, got this mic. I'm working on it. I want to get a whole soundboard set up. Right now I don't have that, but I'm going to get there. And that's the plan. Now, I had a buddy at work approach me at my job. Not my ninja job, my regular job. Because, ninja is something you do for free. You still got to earn real money for the real world. Like Ninja World, we have a different kind of currency. We trade ninja stars and golden ninja stars. That's how we do it. Apparently, golden ninja stars and regular ninja stars in what y'all call the world don't really mean nothing. So I got to work a regular job too. Now, he told me the earth was flat. I don't know how to do with that. Like, as a ninja, one of the training requirements is I got to run around the entire earth. And I have to run so fast that I run on the water. And you start at one point and you run around to that one point again in a circle. If the earth was flat, I couldn't do that. It's just not possible. Alright, and let's just talk about what he has to believe in order to actually think that the earth is flat. Or what he has to not believe. And that's really the question. Like, how many things can you not believe? Do you really believe every person ever involved in the astronaut program is a liar? Every member of NASA? Every person from Russia who went in space, they all lied? That right now in space, the International Space Station is going around in a fucking circle around the Earth? That's not really there? I mean, come on. We have been on the moon and taken a picture of the Earth. And guess what? Some bitch is round. Ain't flat. It's a globe. Circle. Woohoo. And if it was flat, I mean, how does it even work? I need somebody who actually believes this flat earth craft to explain it to me because I don't get it. It might be the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life. And if you don't think the earth is flat, or you do think the earth is flat, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go out to the ocean, somewhere where a lot of ships come in. And I want you to stare out in the horizon. I want to watch the ship come in. And you're going to see something. If you actually pay attention or you're not too crazy to understand, the ship's going to come towards you. It's going to literally look like it's rising from the earth. You'll see the mast first, and then the hull, and then it literally looks like it's rising. And that's because the earth is round. And as it comes up over the apex of the curve, you see the top part first. It's like when you look at something, put a little something on a ball, then rotate it. You'll see you see the top part first, and then it rotates, and you see the whole thing. That's how that works. And that's how the earth isn't flat. I got a question. You really believe the earth is flat? Where the fuck does water go? Where? I mean, does the water just magically disappear and then come around the other side? Or hey, we've flown around the earth more than once. What do? They get to the end and hit a magical portal that teleports them around? Is that what you believe? If you believe the earth is flat, where's Australia? I mean, how does that work? Really? Tell me. I'm curious. What are you thinking on that? Do you really believe that? I bet you do. I bet there's something fucking wrong with you. Anybody who believes is something wrong with your brain? Yeah, definitely something wrong with your brain. I gotta tighten this up. Hold on. Use my super strength. Alright. It's also the holidays. Ninja's least killing time of the year. I give people a pass on the holidays. I just ninja kick them in the throat. I don't kill them. Yeah, that's what you do in the holidays. You give everybody a pass. And over the holidays, I went and saw a movie, and it made me sad. Has anybody else gone and seen the Justice League movie? Yeah, Justice League. One of the greatest teams of all time. It's not as good as the Avengers, but I'm a giant Batman fan, so obviously I like the Justice League. And there's some things they got to get right in order to make the Justice League movie work. And they didn't get them right. They fucked it. They fucked it badly. Alright? First of all, who put the Justice League together? Who is the original member of the Justice League? Who took the time to gather up everybody and say, hey, come join the Justice League? If you watch the movie, it's Batman and Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's just not the case. Superman put the original Justice League together, and as a matter of fact, they wouldn't let Batman be a member. They said, Batman, you got no superpowers. Fuck you, you can't be in the Justice League. Batman's like, I got all the superpowers. Fuck you guys, I kick all y'all's asses. And they're like, you can't kick any of our asses, Batman. You can't be in the Justice League because you're just a little human bitch. And Batman's like, I'll prove it. You pick any member of the Justice League, and I'll beat them up. I'll win. And when I win, you let me be in the Justice League. And Superman's like, psh, I ain't got time for this shit, but you know what? Alright, fine. I accept your challenge. And Superman challenged Batman. And then Batman, as always, because it's what Batman does, used his superior intellect and ability to strategize and plan and whoop Superman's ass again. Because that's just what he does. Whenever he wants to, he smacks Superman around. Superman is Batman's bitch. Just saying. Always has been, always will be. And then, oh, okay, Batman, you can do something. You are smart enough. All right, we're going to let you in the Justice League. Now they're running around in this Justice League movie. They're all like, hey, Batman built the Justice League. What? No. And oh, yeah, what are the original members of the Justice League? Green Lantern. Green Lantern is barely mentioned in this movie. And granted, Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern movie was really bad. But they could have cast somebody else. They could have done the Black Green Lantern, the Jon Stewart Green Lantern. They could have done that. Have a different Green Lantern. I'd been okay with that. Because Ryan Reynolds don't even want to be Green Lantern again. Because that movie was horrible. Like, one of the worst comic book movies ever made. I'm not saying something, because there's been some bad ones. Although I think the absolute worst, ooh, that's a tough call. That actually might be the 1980s Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. That was absolutely horrible. I love it. Because I like horrible movies. One of my favorite movies of all time is Chud. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. But, yeah, the 1980s Punisher Dolph Lundgren movie. Oh my god, that was so horrible. Or the 1990s Judge Dredd movie, Sylvester Stallone. You know, in all the years of Judge Dredd comics, one thing has never happened. He has never, ever, once removed his helmet. You don't know what he looks like. I didn't even think there was an issue where he got it on. And he left his helmet on. That's right. Left it on. We're in the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd movie. We're like 5 minutes in the movie. He's like, I'm taking my helmet off. And not put it back the fuck on for the rest of the fucking movie. Like, what the fuck? You Judge Dredd, you don't even take your helmet off for nothing. No. Take your helmet off. Nothing. Bullshit. Bullshit. The new Judge Dredd movie, much better. Karl Urban should play almost every superhero. Except for I didn't care much for his character in the new Thor movie. That was something special. Like, that was just an insult to Karl Urban right there. Like, having him play a pansy-ass bitch like that. Like, no, that's not Karl Urban's style. I actually would love to see Karl Urban as Batman. I think he'd do a lot better job than Ben Affleck. Well, Ben Affleck's doing a decent job. He's not horrible. He's just not what I want to see for Batman. Especially when they're planning to try a darker Dark Knight style Batman. No, I don't want to see Karl. I don't want to see Ben Affleck. I want to see Karl Urban. He is awesome. Yeah. Karl Urban, Judge Dredd. Great movie. Sylvester Stallone, Judge Dredd. Horrible movie. Just saying. Gotta keep that in mind. Alright. Oh. Well, I really just did this podcast to try out my new mic. I didn't really have any super special things to talk about. Fuck Trump. Just keep that tradition alive. I'm not sure exactly what he did this week other than existed. But that's enough. Fuck Trump. Oh, hey. Did hear a news story today. Cracked me up. Remember that pedophile in Alabama that wanted to be a senator or something, whatever? So you can get away with molesting more children, wanted to become a Catholic priest, I think, something like that. Yeah, he lost. Alabama came through, first time ever. Because if not, I was going down to Alabama and I was just going to ninja kick every one of them in the throat. To hell with them. But, no, they did it. elected a non-pedophile, even though none of them like Democrats. They elected a Democrat just because the Republican choice was a pedophile, so they made the right decision there. Is now suing the state of Alabama, saying that there was voter fraud, that there was a record turnout, and that means there was fraud. And he didn't molest children, he took a lie detector test to prove that, so they should have to vote again. Look, dude, there was a record voter turnout because nobody wanted a child molester to win. Now, did you do it? I don't know. If I did know for sure, I would have already ninja kicked you in the throat repeatedly. But since I don't know for sure, and nobody knows for sure, because lie detectors aren't admissible as evidence, so you can't even say that. You can beat a lie detector. Any ninja can beat a lie detector test. So, I don't know. I'm not saying you did do it and say you didn't, but people thought you did. And it turns out, when a bunch of people think you're a child molester, they're going to show up to vote when they normally wouldn't because they want to make sure the child molester didn't win. That's it. That's all there is to it. You lost. Accept that you lost and go the fuck home. Like anybody else. You lost. It happens. I'm sorry it hurt your little child molesting ego. But it's over now. Go home. And this is how bad it is. He filed the complaint with the Republican Secretary of State of Alabama. And he looked and went, go home. You don't have a case. Go home. There's no evidence of voter fraud. Go home. That's another Republican just like, yeah, we don't want you. You're crazy. Let's talk about one more. Just special crazy. I don't even know how he got to be chosen. He's been kicked out of office twice for disobeying the Supreme Court. Is that the kind of guy you want in Senate just to begin with? Supreme Court makes a ruling. Guess what? Whether you like the ruling or not, it is now officially law. It has gone to the highest possible place it can go in America and been decided upon. So guess what? Deal with it. Go home. Do I like every decision they make? No. But I ninja kick them in the throat, accept it, and move on. But I don't ninja kick them hard because they're all kind of old and they are the law of the land. And I accept the decisions and I move on. That's what you gotta do, dude. But you didn't want to do that. And so you got kicked out of being a judge twice. Because you wouldn't listen. That's a problem. You're not the kind of person I want in the government. If you can't listen to your superiors and do what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't be in the government. You're officially a fucktard. And fuck you. And you should start being a little more quiet and go home. Your 7-year-old child molesting ass. And go home. You're lost. Deal.